You're a skilled contractor. You know your stuff, right? You
Yeah.
probably bend over backwards for your clients. So why isn't the phone ringing off the hook?
Yeah, it's a really common frustration we hear.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And if that sounds familiar, well, you're in the right place today. We're digging deep into why so many really talented folks in the trades are, like, practically invisible online.
And in 2025, it's a hurdle you really can't afford.
No way.
What's fascinating, I think, is just how fundamentally things have shifted for homeowners when they need help. Remember thumbing through the yellow pages?
Oh, yeah. Ancient history.
Totally ancient history.
Right.
Now, the instant something goes wrong, a leaky faucet, a drafty window, the reflex is grab the phone, grab the tablet, start searching online.
Instantly.
And the numbers back it up. A whopping 90% of consumers start looking for services right there, online.
90%. Okay, let's unpack that for a second. That's almost everyone. And it's not just for finding someone completely new, is it? Even those, golden word-of-mouth referrals, which are still massive in trades like roofing.
Oh, absolutely. Referrals are key.
But even then, people often do a quick online check, right?
Yeah.
They want to see some proof, maybe read a review or two.
Exactly, a sanity check. Just confirm you're a legit, reliable business before they actually pick up the phone.
And get this, 98% of consumers used the internet back in 2022 just to find info about local businesses.
Yeah.
98%.
So if you're not easy to find online, and I mean easy with solid, correct information, you're just leaving a ton of potential work on the table. It's that simple.
Yeah, a mountain of work.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, think about the rise of AI assistants.
Ah, right. ChatGPT, Gemini, even Alexa and Siri.
Yeah, exactly. These aren't just fun gadgets anymore. They're increasingly becoming the new sort of go-to for finding information.
The new foreman, maybe.
Maybe. They understand the context of what you're asking, not just keywords. And they pull data from all sorts of places, including those online directories we're definitely going to talk more about.
Okay.
So when someone asks their smart speaker, find a dependable plumber near me, the AI is sifting through tons of data, trying to figure out which businesses it can actually vouch for.
Okay, so the mission for this deep dive then is pretty clear. We need to figure out how contractors can boost their online visibility and, just as importantly, build that trust and credibility online.
Right. It's all about attracting those serious leads, the folks who are actually ready to hire in this new online world we're in.
Let's jump right in then. This power of AI in finding local contractors.
Yeah, so like we touched on, these AI assistants, ChatGPT, Gemini, they're becoming really key tools. And the way they work is pretty sophisticated. They're not just matching keywords.
Right. More context.
Exactly. They're trying to understand what the user really needs, and then they draw on this huge pool of information to make, relevant and trustworthy recommendations.
Okay.
This often involves something called retrieval augmented generation, RAU for short.
RAU, got it.
Basically, think of the AI as having this massive digital library. When someone asks for a reliable electrician, the AI doesn't just check its own knowledge. It also quickly checks trusted sources online, like those directories, to make sure the info it gives you is up to date and accurate.
So those directories are like its fact checkers.
In a way, yeah. And having consistent name, address, phone number, your NIP across those directories makes it way easier for the AI to find your entry in its library and, crucially, trust it.
Okay, so for a contractor listening, what's the absolute key takeaway from this AI stuff?
The crucial thing, the absolute baseline, is making sure your fundamental business details, name, address, phone number, your NIP, plus your hours, the services you offer, all of it has to be identical, everywhere online.
Identical, no variations at all.
None. If that information is inconsistent, like your business name is Bob's Plumbing Inc. on one site and just Bob's Plumbing on another, or maybe you've got an old phone number floating around in some directory.
Yeah.
The AI gets, let's call it nervous. It sees those inconsistencies as potential red flags, like maybe this business isn't quite reliable.
Ah, okay. So inconsistency makes the AI doubt you.
Exactly. And as a result, it's far less likely to recommend you. Think about it from the AI's point of view.
Oh.
It wants to give the best answer, and conflicting info makes that really hard.
That makes total sense. It's trying to judge trustworthiness, and messy info is an immediate red flag.
Precisely. And this is where LLM optimization comes in.
LLM, large language model.
Yep. LLM optimization is basically just making sure your online info is structured and consistent so these AIs, these large language models, can easily understand it and trust it. which leads them to recommend your business.
Gotcha.
Now, here's a stat that should really make you sit up. The home services industry has a major problem with messy online listings.
Oh, yeah. How bad?
One study found that a staggering 85% of listings in this sector have errors.
85%. Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. What kind of errors are we talking about mostly?
A lot of basic stuff, missing or wrong. Hours of operation, for instance. They're missing from like 12% of Google profiles, but nearly half of all listings overall.
Half. Even though people are probably looking specifically for hours.
Exactly. A huge 93% of people actually check directories specifically for hours. Phone numbers, website addresses, even the physical address often wrong or just not there.
So these aren't just small typos. They're actively stopping people and AI from finding them.
Absolutely. So getting your NAP completely straight everywhere isn't just about, good SEO practice for today. It's about future-proofing your business for this AI-driven world that's already here.
Okay, so let's really nail down this foundation. NAP, name, address, phone number. Why is it so critical, and what does consistency really mean in practice?
Okay, so NAP's consistency means exactly what it sounds like. Your business name, your address, and your phone number have to be an exact match. Every single place your business is mentioned online.
Exact match, like no abbreviations.
Zero differences. No using sane on one directory and street on another. No slightly different suite numbers. No LLC here and not there. None of that.
Wow, okay. Precise?
Every time your NAP shows up online, we call that a citation. It sends a signal to Google, Bing, all the traditional search engines.
Right.
And, like we just discussed, to those AI systems too. When they see the exact same information repeated consistently across lots of reputable sources, it builds confidence. It says, okay, this business looks legitimate and reliable.
Like votes of confidence for your accuracy.
That's a great way to put it. Each consistent citation is another vote of confidence.
So what happens when that consistency isn't there? What are the real, tangible downsides for a contractor?
Oh, the negative effects are significant, and they hit your bottom line directly. First off, inconsistent NAP just shreds trust.
Yeah, I can see that.
Homeowners are letting you into their house, their personal space. They need to feel secure about your professionalism, your reliability. Studies show a huge majority, 80%, lose trust if they find incorrect contact details online.
80%.
Yeah, and it jumps to 73% if the bad info is on a business directory. Even one wrong phone number makes 66% of potential customers instantly lose faith.
Wow.
And it leads to frustration. 93% of people get annoyed by inaccurate directory info. Just think about it from their side. They're trusting you with their home, their money. If your basic contact info is all over the map.
It makes you wonder about everything else, right? Like their attention to detail on the actual job.
Exactly. It's like showing up to a job site with mismatched tools. It just doesn't inspire confidence.
Good analogy.
And that lack of trust, it directly leads to lost jobs. A staggering 68% of consumers say they'd stop considering or using a local business if they found incorrect info online.
68% just walk away.
Yep. And 41% won't even bother trying to contact you if they can't easily find accurate details.
Yep.
So just imagine. Your phone number is wrong, which, surprisingly, happens to 36% of consumers trying to reach a business, or your address sends them to the wrong place, a problem for 22%.
Sure, you can call the next guy on the list.
Exactly. They'll call your competitor who has their online act together. And we see the same thing with wrong hours. Over 40% of calls to home service businesses go unanswered on weekends. Why? Often because the hours listed online are wrong.
So it's not just missing out on potential clients. You're actively losing business to competitors who've got their digital house in order.
Absolutely. And the pain doesn't stop there. NAP inconsistency also hammers your SEO, your search engine optimization.
How so?
Google sees conflicting information as a signal that your business data might not be reliable, so it ranks you lower.
Ah, cool.
In fact, NAP consistency is a major local ranking factor. It can account for potentially a 16% swing in where you show up in search results. And it's absolutely critical for getting into that Google local pack, the map with the top 3 listings.
Yeah, everyone wants to be in the map pack.
Right. And as we've been saying, AI and voice search, they need consistent data to verify you're legit. Messy NAP basically makes you invisible to Siri, Alexa, Gemini.
Okay, so the downsides are huge. Let's flip it. What are the clear benefits of getting this right? Clean, consistent NAP everywhere.
The benefits are just as significant. Clean, consistent NAP instantly builds trust. It signals professionalism, attention to detail right off the bat.
Okay.
Search engines reward this reliability with higher local rankings. That makes it easier for potential customers to find you organically without you paying for ads.
Nice.
It ensures that when people do find you, the contact info is right, it's current, making it super easy for them to reach out and actually hire you.
Makes sense.
And honestly, fixing your NAP issues is often a relatively quick task compared to other marketing efforts. It's a quick win that can deliver a really significant return on your time and effort.
A quick win with a big impact. I like that.
Definitely. Think of it as shoring up the foundation before you build the rest of the house.
Okay, so we've established the why behind accurate online info. Super important. Now, let's talk about the where. Where should contractors really focus to get found by local customers?
Right. Local search. It's absolutely critical for contractors. Think about it. When someone has an urgent problem, a burst pipe, AC breaks down in July, they need help now, and they need it nearby.
Local and fast.
Exactly. And the data totally backs this up. Nearly half, 46% of all Google searches have local intent. People are actively looking for solutions right in their service area.
And that phrase we hear constantly now, near me.
Oh yeah, near me, searches have just exploded. Things like plumber near me, electrician near me, HVAC repair near me. Some reports show growth of 500%, even 900% in recent years.
Wow.
And get this, 82% of smartphone shoppers use near me searches. That clearly shows they're looking for a local business and they're probably ready to act.
And these aren't just casual browsing sessions, right? They lead to actual business.
Absolutely. These searches convert. A significant 76% of people who do a local search will visit a related business within the same day.
76% same-day visit.
Yeah. And an incredible 78% of local mobile searches result in an offline purchase within 24 hours.
Mobile searches convert fast.
Very fast. Around 28% of all near-me searches lead directly to a purchase. And for home services specifically, listen to this, 40% of people who call a business they found via search end up hiring them.
40% of callers hire. That's a strong lead.
Very strong. And 68% of people contact a service provider directly from Google search results, maybe the most telling stat. Phone calls from search are estimated to be 10 to 15 times more valuable revenue-wise than a standard web lead form fill.
10 to 15 times more valuable.
Yeah. And in home services, 62% of customers ultimately make a phone call. So these numbers are just, you can't ignore them. Local search isn't a maybe, it's where the paying customers are for contractors.
Those numbers really paint a clear picture. Local search isn't just a trend, it's definitely where the action is.
Absolutely. And a huge piece of that local search puzzle is the Google Local Pack, sometimes called the Map Pack.
Right, that box with the map and the top 3 businesses.
That's the one. It shows up for an astounding 93% of searches with local intent, and it grabs a massive chunk of the clicks, anywhere from 33% to maybe even 44%.
So getting in that local pack is like prime real estate.
It's like having a billboard right on Main Street, right when someone needs your services. It's incredibly valuable visibility in your specific service area.
So how do contractors actually get into that coveted local pack? What's the secret sauce?
Well, Google mainly looks at 3 things.
Yeah.
Relevance, distance, and prominence.
Okay. Relevance, distance, prominence.
Relevance is pretty straightforward. How well do your listed services match what the person actually searched for? Distance is simple too. How close is your business to the person searching?
Makes sense.
Prominence. That's about how well-known and trusted your business is perceived to be online. And this is where contractors have the most direct influence.
Okay. So how do you influence prominence?
Prominence is heavily influenced by the number and quality of your online reviews. And, crucially, by having that consistent and accurate NAP information across all those online directories we've been talking about.
Back to NAP again.
Always comes back to the foundation. Accurate listings help Google confirm you're a real, legitimate local business operating where you say you operate. So the key to getting into that local pack really boils down to 3 things. Nail your Google business profile optimization, get your NAP rock solid everywhere online, and actively work on getting good recent reviews.
Google business profile, solid NAP, good reviews. Got it. So directories are clearly vital for NAP consistency and helping with local SEO. But what else do they offer? Are they just digital phone books?
Not at all. Think of them as essential tools in your digital marketing toolbox, not dusty phone books. First off, they definitely help with direct discovery.
Meaning people searching right on those directory sites.
Exactly. Lots of homeowners go straight to platforms like Angie or Yelp or Hez when they're actively looking for a specific type of contractor. If your business is listed accurately there, boom, you're right in front of them.
Okay, direct discovery. What else?
Well, as we've hammered home, they're massive. local SEO fuel. Those consistent NIP mentions across trusted directories, Google uses them like crazy to verify you're legit. The more consistent citations on reputable sites, the more Google trusts you.
Which leads to better rankings.
Especially in that crucial local pack. And remember, it's not just Google anymore. Those consistent listings also feed the AI assistants, Siri, Alexa, Gemini, giving them the confidence to recommend you.
Right, the AI connection. So directories help you get found directly, they boost Google rankings, and they help with AI recommendations.
You got it. And increasingly, directories are becoming vital fact sheets for AI. These platforms often have structured, verified data that AI models really prefer. Accurate listings give AI the reliable facts it needs, services, location, hours, making it much more likely to include you when someone asks for a contractor.
Okay, fact sheets for AI. Makes sense. Anything else?
And finally, they serve as Review Central. They're key places where customers leave and look for reviews, which, as we'll discuss more, are incredibly important.
Gotcha. So, with so many directories out there, which ones should contractors really prioritize? Where should they focus their effort?
Good question. There's kind of a mix. You need the essential general directories and then some valuable niche trade-specific ones.
Okay, let's start with general.
On the general side, your Google business profile is absolutely non-negotiable. It's the backbone for Google Search and Maps, critical for reviews, foundational for the local pack. Can't skip it.
Google business profile first. Check.
Then Yelp. Still a major player, especially for reviews, and it definitely influences Google rankings too.
Yep.
Facebook is important too, consistent business info, more reviews, plus a way to engage with your local community. And don't forget Bing Places. You want visibility on Bing Search too. It still has a decent chunk of users.
Google, Yelp, Facebook, Bing, the big general ones. What about those more specialized niche directories for specific trades?
Yeah, these can be incredibly valuable because they connect you directly with homeowners who are actively looking for your specific service.
Like someone already looking for a roofer goes to a roofing site.
Exactly. Think of sites like Angie used to be Angie's List and Home Advisor. It's hugely popular for connecting homeowners with all sorts of home pros. House is fantastic, especially if you're in design or remodeling, and they even offer CRM tools.
Okay, Angie has.
Thumbtack connects people with lots of different local pros. BuildZoom focuses on vetted contractors, so listing there can boost your credibility. Porch is another well-known platform in the home space.
Lots of options there.
And beyond those, you should also consider places like the Better Business Bureau, BBB, Nextdoor for hyper-local reach, Apple Maps, definitely make sure you're accurate there, maybe your local Chamber of Commerce or any relevant trade association directories.
So the real advantage of those new sites is reaching a super targeted audience.
Right.
People who are basically ready to buy.
Precisely. Homeowners on these niche sites are usually much further down the funnel. They're not just browsing, they're actively looking for someone with your specific skills right now.
Which means higher quality leads, probably better conversion rates?
Often, yes. Better leads, better conversion. Plus, being listed on these respected industry-specific sites positions you as a specialist. It tells homeowners and Google, this contractor really knows roofing or plumbing or whatever your trade is. It sends strong relevance signals.
Makes sense. But wow, keeping all those listings, Google, Yelp, Angie, Hughes, BBB, maybe a few others, keeping them all perfectly up to date and consistent. That sounds like a lot of work.
It absolutely can be. Honestly, trying to manually maintain perfect NAP, upload current photos, monitor and respond to reviews across, say, 10 different platforms, is a huge time drain.
Especially when you're trying to actually run the business and do the jobs.
Exactly. This is probably a big reason why we see that crazy 85% error rate in contractor listings. It's just hard to keep up.
So what's the solution?
Well, this challenge is where centralized directory management services or networks can be really helpful. They let you update your info in one place, and it pushes out consistently across dozens, sometimes hundreds, of directories.
Like a single dashboard for everything.
Sort of, yeah. It streamlines the whole process, helps ensure accuracy everywhere, and ultimately saves you a ton of valuable time while maximizing your online reach. The best strategy is usually nailing the essential general directories and then strategically picking the key niche platforms most relevant to your specific trade. You need both.
Okay. We've talked about getting listed accurately. Now, what happens after you've got your name, address, phone number out there? How can contractors really maximize the value from these directories beyond just being listed?
Great question. Directories offer several really powerful benefits beyond just basic visibility. For instance, most directory listings will include a link back to your main business website.
Right, a backlink.
Exactly. And these backlinks, especially from relevant trust sites like home service directories, are seen by search engines like Google as endorsements, votes of confidence.
So they help your own website rank better.
Significantly. High-quality backlinks are a major factor in SEO. So it's not just about people finding you on the directory, it's also about boosting your own website's authority and ranking power in search results.
Okay, so directory listings give your website some juice, so to speak. What else?
Consistent branding is another critical piece. Your logo, your NAP, of course, the descriptions of your services, even the tone of voice you use, it should all be consistent across every directory profile.
Why is that so important?
It builds familiarity and trust. When a potential customer sees the same professional look and message across Google, Yelp, Angie, your website, it reinforces your legitimacy. It feels cohesive and reliable.
And trying to manage that brand consistency manually across, say, 15 different sites?
Is incredibly difficult. Again, it highlights the value of having some kind of centralized system or process to manage it efficiently.
Makes sense. And we can't really talk about directories without diving deeper into what's often top of mind for homeowners reading them. Online reviews.
You are absolutely right. Online reviews are non-negotiable. They are essential for contractors today. The stats are just staggering.
Hit me with some numbers.
Okay. A huge 91% of homeowners rely on online reviews before picking an HVAC contractor. It's 92% for choosing any company, and 81% specifically check Google reviews.
Wow. Almost everyone checks reviews.
Pretty much. And what's really impactful is that 85% of people trust online reviews as much as a personal recommendation from a friend or family member.
As much as a personal referral. That's huge.
It is. Positive reviews build that crucial trust. 72% of consumers say their trust increases after reading positive feedback. Good reviews are literally today's digital word-of-mouth marketing. There's no way around it.
So good reviews are basically the modern version of those all-important word-of-mouth referrals we talked about earlier.
Precisely. And they directly impact whether you get hired or not. The vast majority, 94%, say they would hire a contractor with a 4-star rating.
Okay, 4 stars is good.
But only a tiny fraction, like 14%, or even as low as 9% in some studies, would even consider someone with a 1 or 2-star rating.
Oof. So bad reviews really hurt.
Massively. Just 1 to 3 bad reviews can scare off 67% of potential customers, and 86% hesitate to hire any business if they see negative feedback.
Okay, so got to avoid those bad reviews or at least manage them. What about how recent they are? Does that matter?
Absolutely. Reviews need to be fresh. A significant chunk, 44% of consumers, think reviews older than a month aren't really relevant anymore.
Older than a month.
And 73% focus mainly on reviews left within the last month. So you need a steady stream of recent positive feedback.
And it's not just about getting reviews, right? You have to interact with them too.
Crucial point. This is where so many contractors drop the ball. A remarkable 88% of consumers are more likely to use a business that actually responds to its online reviews.
88%?
Yeah.
Just by responding?
Yes. And 56% explicitly choose businesses that take the time to respond. Yet, shockingly, something like 43% of HVAC contractors, for example, don't respond to their reviews at all.
Wow. That's a huge missed opportunity.
Massive. Responding professionally to both the good and the bad reviews, ideally within a week or so, shows you care, builds trust, and can even turn a negative into a positive.
How so?
Studies show that if you address issues quickly and effectively in your response, you can actually win back up to 95% of unhappy customers.
95%.
Yeah.
By handling a complaint well publicly?
Exactly. So for contractors, actively managing and responding to reviews, it's not optional. It's fundamental to building a strong reputation and winning jobs. It's your digital word of mouth, front and center.
Okay, so accurate directory listings don't just help you get found on those directory sites, they also boost your visibility in other really important places online, yeah?
Exactly right. It creates this positive ripple effect. Think about mapping apps, Google Maps, Apple Maps, Waze.
Yeah, everyone uses those.
They rely on accurate location data. Consistent NAP across your directory listings helps confirm your correct location. That means potential customers get accurate directions if you have a showroom, or at least it clearly defines your service area on the map. No confusion.
Good point. And voice assistants.
Same deal. Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant. They pull data from these online directories too. Consistent, accurate info means they're way more likely to confidently provide your business name and number when someone asks, hey Siri, find a top-rated electrician near me.
But if your info is inconsistent,
They might just skip you entirely. They don't want to give out bad info.
Yeah.
This whole interconnected network of accurate listings acts like a powerful confirmation engine.
confirmation engine.
Yeah, it provides this unified, reliable signal to all these different platforms, Macs, voice search, even things like social media check-ins or maybe industry-specific apps, in-car navigation systems. It makes sure you're discoverable and correctly represented wherever homeowners might be looking.
Okay, so let's talk bottom line. What's the real financial payoff? What's the ROI for contractors who actually take the time and effort to prioritize their directory listings and get that NAP consistency nailed down?
The return on investment, the ROI, can be really significant. First, just think about the cost of not doing it. Like we discussed, incorrect info leads directly to lost trust, lost leads, and ultimately lost revenue.
Right, the cost of inaction.
Exactly. So just fixing those errors provides an immediate return by stopping that leakage, capturing the jobs you were previously missing out on just because your phone number was wrong or your hours were off.
Okay, so stopping the bleeding is the first win.
Right.
What else?
Well, building a strong, organic, local presence through optimized directories, consistent NAP, good reviews, can significantly reduce how much you need to spend on expensive pay-per-click or PPC advertising.
Replacing ad spend with organic traffic.
Potentially, yes. In some home service niches, keywords like roofer near me or AC repair can cost a fortune per click. We're talking $36, maybe $50, sometimes even more per click.
Wow, that adds up fast.
It really does. Organic traffic, once you've earned it by building that strong online foundation, is essentially free traffic. Now, sure, some premium features on directories might have a cost,
Right?
but it's often a much more predictable and sustainable investment compared to the often volatile world of bidding on keywords for online ads.
More predictable cost, potentially lower cost per lead overall.
Exactly. And using things like call tracking, where you assign unique phone numbers to different listings, can really help you see which directories are actually driving valuable calls so you can optimize where you spend your time and money.
And those niche directories we talked about, Angie, Harrows, etc.,
Yeah.
they play a role in the ROI too, right?
Absolutely. Because those niche directories put you directly in front of homeowners who are actively searching for the specific services you offer. These aren't casual browsers.
They're ready to hire.
Much more likely, yes. So they tend to be higher quality leads with a stronger intent to hire. That usually translates to better conversion rates compared to broader advertising. Better bang for your buck, essentially.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And can you actually track the results from focusing on directories? How do you know it's working?
Oh, yeah, definitely. There are several ways. Your website analytics, Google Analytics, for example, can show you how much referral traffic is coming from specific directory sites.
Okay, track website visits.
Many directory platforms, like Yelp or Angie, have their own dashboards. They'll give you insights into profile views, clicks to your website, maybe even direct quote requests or messages sent through their platform.
Directory dashboards. Got it.
Call tracking, like I mentioned, is huge. It tells you exactly which listing generated that phone call.
See where the calls come from.
If you use a CRM, a customer relationship management system, you can track leads that came in from a specific directory all the way through the sales process to see if they became a closed job and what the revenue was.
Track leads to revenue.
And your Google Business Profile Insights are gold. They show you the search terms people use to find you, how many calls you got directly from your profile, website clicks, requests for directions. Tons of valuable data there.
Lots of ways to measure the impact then.
Definitely. Ultimately, the goal here is straightforward. Turn that increased online visibility into more booked projects. You do that by getting better local search rankings, building stronger trust with potential clients because your info is accurate and your reviews are good, and just generally improving your discoverability across all these platforms.
It's not just a quick fix then.
Not at all. Building a strong presence on the right online directories isn't just about getting a few more calls next week. It's about building a lasting digital asset for your business. It builds authority, ensures you're consistently findable when people need you, prevents those lost opportunities, boosts your overall reputation, and crucially sets you up for success in the future of search with AI and voice assistants. It's really foundational.
So listening to all this, the choice seems pretty clear, doesn't it? Contractors can either proactively build this solid digital foundation, or they really risk just getting lost in all the online noise.
That sums it up perfectly.
Because,
Exactly. And just to quickly recap why this is so critical. Focusing on your online visibility helps you get found locally by homeowners actively looking for your specific services.
yeah,
It builds trust through that consistent, accurate information and positive social proof from reviews.
right.
It positions you for the future, making sure you're easily found and confidently recommended by AI and voice search.
Important.
It helps you attract better leads, especially from those niche industry-specific directories where people are closer to hiring.
Higher quality leads.
It boosts your overall SEO and your online reputation, making your own website stronger too.
Good synergy there.
And ultimately, it represents a much smarter marketing spend, often more cost-effective and sustainable than just relying heavily on paid ads.
Makes a compelling case.
Yeah.
So for you listening right now, if you're that contractor wondering why the phone isn't ringing, the next step seems pretty clear.
Yeah, take action today. Don't wait. Make sure you are the contractor that homeowners in your area find, that they trust, and that they ultimately choose to hire.
What's the first step you'd recommend?
Take some time, maybe even right after this, to audit your current online presence. Google your business name. See what comes up. Check your listings on those key directories we mentioned. Definitely Google Business Profile, Yelp, maybe Angie or Hose if they fit your trade.
Do a self-check first.
Exactly. Make absolutely certain that your name, address, phone number, your NAP is 100% accurate and consistent across every single one you find. If it's not, fix it. Then, start actively asking happy customers for reviews and make a plan to monitor and respond to them diligently.
Audit, fix NAP, get reviews, respond to reviews. Sounds like a plan.
Those are the fundamental steps. Get the foundation right, and you'll be in a much, much better position to attract the business you deserve.
Okay, great advice. Let's get to it then. Go out there and build something amazing both online and off.